Well, welcome to the show again for one other time right before Christmas. Hope you're having your Christmas presents under the tree with me. I only buy tamales, so I have something to unwrap. I always say that.
I love it.
Welcome again with Carla Vaughn. Wow, small business effort that we put together for you. And Carla has so much to give to you with her website. We'll bring that up here in a bit so you know it's wowforsmallbusinesses.com, where you can go check out any webinar. There's some free ones on there. You can subscribe. We'll show you how to buy the gifts. Anywhere from $39.99, $3.99. So we want you to be all part of it. And Carla's here. We've got a new subject today. I'm not sure what it is. I didn't hear from her. But
he forgets so quickly.
Well, that's the onset of Alzheimer's. Half the time I remember, half the time I don't.
And I used to have an insurance client who told me she had half-imers. So I understand. I know what it is. I have heard that one. But what I had told Henry when I came in is that we were going to talk about gifts today. Gifts. Okay, so last week it was about sweet spots and finding that sweet spot in your business, and how do you expand that sweet spot so that you're super, super happy in that particular function of what you do as an entrepreneur. But today we're going to talk about things that you should be doing already in your business that you may not be doing in your business that I am going to encourage you to do. And that is kind of like gift giving. And today we've got 2 prizes that are going out. We're going to award someone with our book, which is the Puzzle Pieces of My Mind, which is prose, poetry, spiritual inspiration, and what you learn from other people memoirs. So you get to know a little bit about me. And we're also going to be giving away the journal today. So the journal is really great for you to be putting down your ideals, your problems, your trials, your tribulations. And what I found out recently, because I started using my own journal, was, wow, the little pocket is really good for my glasses because I'm a little older and I need to see. So those are the 2 gifts we're giving out today. So I encourage people to call in with questions or concerns. But we're going to talk mostly about giving things away for free. Yes, you heard it, for free. All right. As a small business owner, and this is actually on our site, it talks about prosperity and how you attract prosperity and what that's all about. It's a mindset. Prosperity should not be limited to money. But in order to be in a prosperous state of consciousness, you have got to be prosperous in what you are doing, what demonstrations you're putting out there. So one of the things we have, I do on my accounting side, is I give a consultation away free. I give a 30-minute consultation away for free. If you just want to talk, sometimes I'm your therapist, sometimes I'm your tax specialist, sometimes I'm your bookkeeper. It doesn't matter. 30 minutes free. And I say, like, if I meet you in one of my classes, so I do taxes for the small business owner. I am through Colorado Free University. I do that usually once a month, usually at the end of the month, like that last or third to last Tuesday of the month. I say if you attend one of my classes or if you do anything under one of my other umbrellas, that I give you 45 minutes free consultation. But before I keep going yakety 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 yak, I am going to ask Henry, what are some of the best free things that he has received from companies?
There's a lot of things that we receive from companies that, and this is one big one. It's not quite free, but it's very close, and that is the Mevo camera right in front of you.
Oh, wow.
And this was done a long time ago. They approached me and they said, would you like to be involved with the development of this camera? I go, sure, but it would cost you this much money. It's $300. And I said, okay. And I go, where's the camera? We haven't developed it yet.
Okay.
It was a shake, but they were true. They were real. They sent me all the plans and the schematics of it all, and I looked it over. I go, hey, this is really nice. A nice thought. It's on paper, but they give you $300, and when it's done, I receive it. So I went ahead and gave them the $300. They thanked me. They sent me the information that you are now, instead of being like a standard customer stuff, I was in this thing called enterprise. I didn't understand it. I went along with it, right? Send them the
Go with the flow.
Yeah, send them the $300. One whole year went by.
Okay.
Right? This camera shows up. I didn't know what it was because it came up like, what is this? Look at the way it looks.
Very unusual.
Yeah. And so I thought, whoa, what a nice camera, I guess. And so from there, they redid the apps every time I would have a problem or there'd be a mess up. They do the app, redo the entire app. The developers would recreate the app in like 2 hours and send it back to me to take out the bugs. And every time I call, oh, you're with Enterprise. I'm with Enterprise. Yeah. In other
They
words,
knew who you were.
yeah, they knew who I was. And so all these cool things. That's one. And so there's other things with other companies. They'll come and say, hey, if we give you this basket of candy and goods and goodies, you advertise our group and we'll give you some too. Who's going to say no to chocolate candies?
I don't know. Who would say no?
To chocolate candies, that's how it is.
Especially chocolate.
And so we've had, our variations of different things, or some of the other big stations carry us and put our name up on, up on their backgrounds, and they push us, and I think, man, what gifts that we get.
That's very true. And that's the nice thing about WOW, is when you go on the site, there is a free webinar there about WOW, so that you understand, like, you can give the webinars as a gift for Christmas, for New Year's, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever. You can give WOW as a gift, which is great. But just go to the website, which is wowforsmallbusinesses.com, just like it sounds, all spelled out, very long, on purpose, because I want you to remember it, okay? But there is a free webinar that you can sit and watch. And when we receive something for free, hopefully we're, just like whoever gave it for free, it has the same intent as the being the gift giver, and hopefully the recipient takes it with gratitude. And so I do hope that as a small business owner, you will go on the site, see what the memberships have to offer, whether you get it for yourself, and you should get it for yourself, or give it as a gift. But just being on the site, there is a free 30-minute webinar, free for you to enjoy. That's part of that, hey, I want to give you something moment. I want you as the business owner to go on my site and look around, but also not ever be confused about what you'd be getting. Sometimes when we go to stores, I don't care if they're online, I don't care if they're in person, but we don't quite know what we're getting. We think we know what we're getting, but we don't until we have the experience of whatever it is that we have purchased. And then unfortunately, sometimes we have to turn around and return it, okay? Because we hate whatever it is, all right? And I get that. That is how we learn, is through experience. But when we get something for free, if it's of value to us, it winds up being something we remember and something we want to pass on, whether it's verbally, whether it's saying, hey, I'm going to go get another one of these and I'm going to make that purchase and I'm going to take that purchase over to my friend, whatever. So one thing I got from Micro Center, one of my free gifts from being on their list, and I really don't get much from them, I don't know. There is a friend of mine, a neighbor guy, he gets a whole bunch of free stuff from them. I get a few, okay? But one of the best things I got from them, believe it or not, kind of looked like this, fancy headphones, and I enjoy my music on my morning walks like tremendously because of that gift. What it did though was it got me, I hadn't shopped at Micro Center for years, but what it did was it got me to start shopping there again. So did that clever marketing ploy work on me? Absolutely. Absolutely. And sometimes, that's okay. You have to recognize that that's part of the process. But I enjoyed that prosperity demonstration, to be able to be part of the public and get a free set of headphones. Absolutely loved it. So sometimes your gifts are the best gifts because it gets you to shop at that store, it gets you to shop online, or it motivates you to do something else. One of the things that motivated me to do, not just to shop there again, but it literally motivated me to start enjoying my music a different way.
Wow, with the headset.
With the headset, because I was, I'll do the buds, and I broke down this summer and bought the without the cords. What do you?
Bluetooth.
The Bluetooth earbud things. Wasn't really happy with them. They kept like, your left earbud is losing battery, and then next thing you know, I'm only hearing out of one ear, which is awful. However, we mustn't cheapen the word free. So, with not cheapening the word free, I encourage somebody to call in, and you can request one or the other of the book, which is The Puzzle Pieces of My Mind, which again is prose poetry, but it's also a lot of memoirs and inspirational talk about what we learn from other people. Because heaven knows, whether you're in business or not, we learn a lot from other people. And then the other thing is the journal. And the journal is where you can write your trials and tribulations. There's a place for your pen, a nice little pocket for your ID or glasses like me, what have you. So it's all on the website, which is wowforsmallbusinesses.com. We have a little store, so you can see the t-shirt, the books, the 40 Days of Prosperity placards, which are free, which you can get if you order something. So definitely there's great things up there as well. So I want to ask Henry, seeing we're supposed to be talking about gifts and free stuff, because sometimes people take free as being cheap. Sometimes they take it where they want to just take advantage of you. Those are the narcissists, opportunists, things like that. But I want you to think today the difference between a gift and getting something for free, okay? Do you feel, Henry, that when someone gives you something and they call it free, that they're trying to trick you or trying to cheapen the experience you're having with them?
Well, sometimes yes and no. Anything that I get for free or as a gift, I enjoy. Anything. It doesn't matter what you bring me. I mean, you can bring me a piece of candy. You can even bring me some free advice.
Oh.
Sometimes the advice, it may have the word free on it, but that piece of advice may be worth 10,000 bills to you. It's like, whoa, I didn't know this. Yeah, maybe you should try and sometimes, because it has that word free on the front side of it, doesn't necessarily mean that advice was really free.
Mm-hmm.
Because it may come from somebody who has a doctoral degree who knows what you need to have done, and you're not seeing it. So there's variables. And if they come to you and say, here's a gift for you, and you look at it and, what is this? Well, I just regifted it to you. Go. Thank you.
Never tell people you're regifting.
I know, that's what I couldn't understand. I mean, I thought that was really cute when they said this. Like, what is this? Oh, it's just a little thing you put up on your desk there so people, it's a conversation piece. I know, but what is it?
So I would invite someone out there to call in, not just to get a free/gift, okay, but to tell us what your experience is when dealing with businesses, when they offer you something free. Do you think what they're offering you and they're calling it free versus a gift cheapens your experience with that company, or do you kind of see it's kind of like all the same? So I encourage you to call in and just kind of give us a little feedback on how you perceive the word free, okay? How do you perceive free? I think one of the really big things is when you're an entrepreneur and you're talking about marketing and you're talking about creating a prosperity demonstration for your business, for your life, all that good stuff, and you do want to give something away for free. I think the key is to making it of value, okay, making it of value. And so you have to sit there and say, how do I go about that? Really, how do I go about that? If you're in a product business, so let's say you sell guitar picks, all right? And they're very unique because they're made of shell, or they're made of ivory, or they're made of something special material, so they're very high quality. So you have to look at what you do and how you can enhance your experience someone is having with you. Because technically that's what we want. We want, as business owners, for someone to have an enhanced experience. We don't all want to be the Walmart of businesses. Some of us, like me, I want to be the L'Oreal of businesses, okay? I don't care if you want to engage me for accounting, or engage me for my nonprofit, Financial Literacy First, or engage me for my webinars. Ta-da! Wow! I want you to feel like I'm unique. I want you to have a unique experience by dealing with me or people who are in my company that help promote what we do. And so how do you go about that? How do you make yourself unique? Because part of you being unique is the gift that you are actually giving out to the public, okay, or giving out to your target market. So I want to ask Henry, because I got to ask him, okay, what does he think Gee Whiz Computers, how is Gee Whiz unique? Like, what gift are you giving for your part of demonstration to say that we're special?
You know, the one thing that we have, two things. Number one, the name alone.
The name alone?
The name alone, like,
very
gee
correct.
whiz, it's a commonly coined phrase. Now, when you come to us, everybody says, well, how much do you charge for diagnostics? You know, we used to charge, it's free. And so we say there's no charge until we find the problem. Then we come back to you with the cost associated with repair.
Mm-hmm.
And that catches everybody. It does not miss anybody. We've never failed with that one.
No one said, no, I don't want you to do it for free. I got to give you some money up front.
Well, after we do it, and they said, well, we find out the problem, and, you know, it's like, well, let me just pay you for that trouble. Go ahead. You're welcome to. It's only $35. And so we always keep it at a lower level. And so we used to have it where we always charged, and we would lose a lot of customers. Yeah, so if you say the diagnostics charges this, and, well, let me go try it, let me look somewhere else, and they'd always just be apprehensive.
Yeah.
But now, because we took away that portion of it, and just say, diagnostics is absolutely free, there's no charge. We get everybody. There is nobody we miss. It's 100% effective.
Great. And on the accounting side, that's one of the reasons I offer free consultation.
You do the same.
Yeah, because I don't want to start charging you for something, and I don't even know if I can help you.
That's right.
I mean, in all honesty, I mean, the free consultations obviously are for new clients, but that's so important. It's like, kind of like who's in the game for what. And I really like, okay, so I like what some of the like AutoZones and I think O'Reilly does it too, where they will do a free like quickie diagnostic on your car.
That's exactly the same thing. That's what they're doing. They just plug in, they look at your stuff, but they're going to sell you the product to repair.
Right.
Once they plug in, so we just need this and this and this and this and this and this and this. And how much is it? $890. I'll take it all. That's how it works.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's like new ways where they're promoting something seemingly very small but very important to people. On, oh, I got the check engine light came on, or I don't know what this means or that means, or this is flashing in the car. So when you're thinking about giving away something free or an actual gift, okay, because there really is a difference, and I'm going to talk about the difference in a minute. But when you're talking about giving away something free, it still has to be just as much of a value as you're giving away a gift, okay? Because otherwise it's like, what's the point? Nobody's going to want it, all right? Or they're going to want it and then they're going to badmouth your company, which is like really bad. You don't want that. So when you're thinking about whatever it is that you as a small business owner is going to give away this holiday season and maybe beyond, I'm going to encourage you out there, give away something that's not just for now, but also for later, that's going to enhance or pique the interest of the customer experience or the client experience. What does that look like for your particular business? One of the other things that I do, and it's more on the gift giving side for any of my businesses, is if I know something special is happening with a client, I make a point to recognize that client. So one of my favorite ladies, and I think it would be okay to mention her name and her company, her name is Bruna, and she does Bruna's cheese breads. She's from Brazil. Love the woman, okay? And she up and her and her husband got surprised with a baby.
Ooh. How do you get surprised with the baby?
You're just marching around life and you're doing something, and next thing you know, you've got a watermelon in the stomach and you're having a baby. And she's such a pleasant woman to work with. She definitely is on my list of what I call my favorite clients. Now you have to understand, most of my favorite clients are mostly like all my clients. But some rank a little bit higher. It's just she has a very sweet nature. I love what she does, very unique, Brazilian cheese bread, handed down from generation to generation. She's hoping to be in Whole Foods in the frozen section very soon. Otherwise, you can find her online. But when she had the baby, I sent her a Toys R Us gift card and a congratulations, really beautiful card and everything. And she was just floored. So sometimes you have to understand what you're giving to your customers is just noticing, helping them celebrate the joys in their lives.
That's right. How you make them feel. And they'll never forget you, especially the way you make them feel. And the interesting part of it all is whenever you apply your concept of something you give to your customer prior to it, is the key to bringing them back continuously.
It does.
And so with us as GWIS Computers, and when we do something for somebody, we've been word of mouth for I think the past 5 years. We don't even have to advertise. It's incredible. And so we have the 6 people working with us, and keeps every one of them busy. We enlarged for one point there where we had 23 people, but sometimes the changeover or we had some turnover there, and it was so hard to work the turnover. They'd piss people off. We'd have to go
happens.
we have to go recorrect it, and so we felt that if we scaled back and just be very, very unique in what we do, we can make plenty of money and not have to worry about anything. The bigger the business is the more difficult it is to give out anything, like they say, free, because if you go out there and you try to do some sort of fun thing for your customer, somebody in the group, if it's a big group, can mess it up that quick.
Absolutely.
That quick. And so you got to be careful with the way you put that out there. That's why I said, gifts and giving, and that's us. We'll always, and then one thing that we do with this, seniors or people who we call pay it forward. Several women have come here, several people have come here, and they says, look, I just don't have no money, and I got to get my computer working, and I can't get online, I can't do nothing. And they look at us, they go, you know what I'm going to do for you? I'm going to go ahead and fix your computer, free of charge, not a cost. When you get it all back together, come and pay us what you think you were worth.
But you have to be careful about this, because see, this is where you as a business owner need to recognize those people who are narcissists, those who are opportunists, those that just simply want to take advantage of you. You have to be very discriminating. So hopefully you made very wise choices
every one of them.
On which ones that you could offer that to. Do it, and do it in a good conscience. Do it from your heart, knowing that you're doing it from that perspective of you really want to help this person.
One gal sent us 5 people.
Oh, wow!
This other gal came back a year later, and she shows up. I didn't even remember her. I want to pay you your money, plus this is a little extra, and I brought you a little cake here, a little cake. I could not remember her, and she says, you fixed my computer. It took me a while. I got myself up and running, and everything's going so smooth. And I could not remember her.
That's dealing. See, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. This means he's been dealing with people who he recognized a genuine, genuine sense of reciprocity.
Yes, I like that word, because that word fits this perfectly. And I've only hit one guy that nobody negative, but he did it too. But mainly it's the women that are in a need of help. Because they're in some sort of dire straits. One guy, I helped him out, and he also came back and took care of us, and then he put word of mouth out there, and it chitter chatters. I mean, word of mouth is big.
And you know what? Word of mouth is a gift.
Yes, that's right. It's big.
It really is. It really is. Now, I want you to think how many times, and I know you're listening, so even if no one is called in to get the freebies, to get the gifts, that's okay. But I know you're out there. I know you're listening. So I want you to think, just in the last week, like just narrow your mind, narrow your perspective. In the last week, how many people have told you something good about a restaurant, a wine, another company, a toy, a service that piqued your interest to make you want to say, I'm going to seek them out. I'm going to seek out that service. I'm going to seek out that person. I'm going to seek out whatever, simply because someone else said something very good about them. So part of gift giving can definitely be part of understanding that someone wants to share with you something special. And that's part of why we're here today, because I want to share with you wow for smallbusinesses.com. Okay? So in sharing wow, part of my sharing is to let you know that the value that this can create in your life. So whether you're looking at the $39.99 a month, the quarterly, or even the yearly, which is going to get you roughly 65 free webinars, or 65 webinars, not free because you're paying for it. But it gets you 40% off of an item in the store too. So think about your business, think about your platform. You see that in each of the subscriptions, you get 5% off of one item, 20% off of another, 40% off of another. So there's definitely some added value, some added benefits to getting some subscriptions going, or sharing some subscriptions as this holiday season moves quickly upon us, meaning it's just a week away, and yes, Santa Claus or somebody will hopefully be visiting you and sharing a little holiday cheer with you, or holiday happiness, and however that is made manifest. I hope that you will be thinking about other people in addition to what you should give yourself for the holidays. Now, why do I say that? Believe it or not, Henry, every year I buy myself a Christmas gift.
Do you really?
Yep.
What have you
every
bought
year.
yourself? I bought myself a 2019 Escalade.
Wow. Now,
Wow.
that would be a wow. That would be a gift.
I've got a good joke for that one.
Okay. I have given myself in the past, last year, unfortunately I'm not wearing it because I'm having a little skin element going on my wrist. I bought myself, it was a bit much, but I decided I had to do it, a very expensive diamond and gold bracelet.
Ooh, beautiful.
Yes. And I have loved this bracelet until I found out recently I'm allergic to gold. Yes, that's one of the reasons it's not on today, and hasn't been on for a few weeks. I've been trying to deal with what can I do, because it's my favorite bracelet. But I believe in treating myself with what I want for Christmas, despite anybody getting me anything else. I'm absolutely 100% satisfied on something I bought myself. It is my gift to myself, and I really actually do this also for my birthday. So tell me your joke. You said you got a joke or
Well, yeah, I used to
story
have an Escalade before. I don't know if I told you that.
No, you didn't.
I went to Chevrolets. Are you listening to what I'm saying?
Chevrolets.
I used to have I went to an Escalade because I kind of moved up in it.
Okay.
So you gotta hear it clearly, and then
I didn't want to call him out on misspeaking.
Yeah, and then I went to an Lexus, so that's the way I get around. I mean, it's kind of stale, but it fits.
Mm-hmm.
I always gotta put some humor into this show because that's me.
You got to be who you are.
That's right. Always happy. And somebody was asking me that, can't you be serious one time in your life? Yeah, all the time. I'm serious. That's the way I am, but there's humor just bleeding out of me.
That's his gift to the world, people.
Yeah.
That's a strict
and
gift to
it's
the
true.
world.
It's sometimes, and that's part of it. You have a gift, you have something within you, you expose it. And you give it out there. You let everybody have it.
Well, you know what, and that's part of the whole prosperity demonstration. Like if you go to one of our other pages about, so hit the webinars, and if you look right here, 40 days of prosperity. So if you're feeling super poor, dejected, having lack right now, believe it or not, take 39 $48.99. Start off with the 40 Days of Prosperity. With the 40 Days of Prosperity, you are going to enhance your life tremendously. It talks about stopping negative thinking, okay? When people give gifts, haha, prizes, haha, whatever, okay? When you're giving something, it's very hard when you don't have, in your mind, you don't have anything to give, all right? Your 40 Days of Prosperity, it talks about changing not just your business life, but your life as a whole by looking at what you're saying on a daily basis, saying, I no longer believe in lack. That's part of the mantra on the 40 Days of Prosperity. I'm not going to believe in lack anymore, okay? And that, what you're saying to yourself is so important, okay? Whether you go from Escalade to the regular legs, okay? But you can't sit around and talk about woe is me, and I don't have this, and I don't have that, and da-da-da-da-da. It's changing your mentality.
Yes.
That is what wowforsmallbusinesses.com is all about. It's about changing that pivotal point in your mind where you're going to say, I am going to stop thinking like this
And
because I
it.
want a better life. I want a better business. Yeah, I'm going to go after it. There is a book that my ex-business partner gave me, and I'm probably going to get this wrong. Super thick book. It's something like how to get what you want, how to get everything you want, or something like that. Title was similar to that. And I start reading the book. I'm a quarter way, and I'm like, no, know it. Okay, so let me jump ahead to like maybe the middle or closer to the end of the book to see if I can grasp those few nuggets that maybe I'm missing. And I did. But I think one of the biggest things about getting what you want in this world, just like giving what you want in this world, is understanding that's a twofold process. You cannot think about things you don't have and then still want to say, hey, I want to give something away. Okay, no, you've got to always want to give and to always receive. What do you believe about that statement?
And I think that's true, and it's called what goes around comes around. If I give, I will receive. And that's the way it works. And it's true, it's real. Sometimes when you give extra somewhere, you think, oh, I really gave out a lot. And maybe, and then all of a sudden, it just comes in abundance back to you. Mm-hmm. Because you gave to this certain person who just looks at you and then goes out and re-gifts everything back to you by telling everybody about your services and mm-hmm. talking about all the way that you did things, or coming and just giving you something, or just the appreciation of you, even the words of wisdom. They come back and give you words of wisdom that are worth its weight in gold that you're allergic to. So I'll take the gold. So as we continue with this show, you're listening to Carla Vaughn here in the studio on Words of Wisdom. Wow. For smallbusinesses.com. She's giving away free prizes. All you got to do is call in. We're waiting for some calls, and you can't be afraid. You can't just be writing it up here. You got to call in and talk to us, and I'll answer you. But just call in, and we'll mm-hmm. listen to you, what you have to say. We're waiting for you, so just call in 720-386-0513, right behind me. Yeah, it's real easy to remember that number. It's up online right here. I put it up there so you can see it.
So we'd love to find out how you feel about the word free as it relates to your business, receiving stuff or giving stuff. How do you feel about free? When I was taking marketing, I have a master's in international marketing and finance, and one of the things was the perception of words. And words, heaven we know, words are very important, right? Because I was just telling you, 10 Days of Prosperity, part of the mantra is, I stop believing in lack. That's part of the mantra. You got to stop it, but you've also got to say it.
And now that you said that, and this is one of my thoughts, and I've always said this to somebody, the words, I think it's down to 3. 3 words can carry 10, 20, or 100 words within, if you put the right words together. Now, some people say, read between the lines. Well, sometimes if you read somebody's words or what they're writing or saying to you, if you could read the narrative, and if there's only like 5 words there, those 5 words carry 100 if you know how to read it. Mm-hmm. And so when you put words down, you want to make sure those are, like you said in marketing. Marketing is key with wording. And a lot of the marketing execs or the the marketing geniuses